Hi, my name is Srinivas. I work for Presidio. We are here at EMC validated Platinum Solutions Lab. We have a new VSPEX Blue, and I'm going to demonstrate the hardware. So we have a single VSPEX Blue uplink that came with 4 nodes and a total memory of 768 gig. Each node has 192 gigs of RAM, and we have two processors, Ivy Bridge 2.2 gigahertz. Each node came with a single 400 gig SSD drive and 3 1.2 terabyte SAS drives. Let's take a look at the drives. So this is the 400 gig SSD. Each node has one of these. And this is the 1.2 terabyte SAS drive. Each node has 3 of these. Let's take a look on the server. So let me flip this around. So each uplink has 4 nodes, and the nodes can be removed. So this is one of my node. So this node came with, as I mentioned, 1 400 gig and 3 1.2 terabyte drives, and it has the SFP Plus capability. So we are going to hook up the nodes to the 10 gig switches. It supports TwinX or SFP Plus optic. So we are going to go ahead and perform the implementation of this shortly, and the implementation is expected to take around 15 minutes, and we'll continue the video after we implement it. Thank you for watching my video.
Okay, now that we have racked the VSPEX Blue / EVO rail appliance, we're now going to configure it. So in the configuration, we're going to set up the host name, the vCenter name, some of the networking credentials, ESXi host, vMotion, vSAN, vCenter, vNetworks. We're going to provide it with the passwords needed, and login site server IP address, as well as NTP and some of the time zone information. As part of the VSPEX Blue as well, it's going to ask you for an IP address for the VSPEX Blue manager. We provide that VSPEX Blue manager IP address. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run the validation button. The validation has now completed successfully, and now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the build appliance button. And this is actually going to start the initialization of the VSPEX Blue appliance. We have actually changed the default IP address of the vCenter server. So while this is going to happen, it's going to basically tell us that we need to set it up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run through it. Okay, now I have a new IP address. Take me to it. So this is a new IP address of the actual vCenter. And here we go. Now it is initializing and building the actual EVO rail / VSPEX Blue appliance. It's going through the initialization. This configuration is probably going to take around 9 minutes. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to pause it, and we'll get back to you once the actual configuration has completed. Okay, so now that the VSPEX Blue / EVO rail has actually been deployed, I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a VM. First thing we look at on the left hand side is the create VM tab. Let's create a new VM, my new VM. And we're going to use this ISO that we have already uploaded. And we know that it's a Red Hat Linux ISO, so we're going to select this. And now it's going to ask you, what do you want, small VM, medium VM, or large VM? Let's say we're going to want a small VM with 16 gigs of storage, gig of RAM. hit select VM, we select the network that we want to put it on, and we also can select the security hardening policy. So let's say we want this default policy. This is something very unique to EVO Rail, because EVO Rail will actually harden the VM for you. Okay, so while this VM is actually being deployed, I'm going to show you a few other things about the VSPEX Blue interface. First piece is the actual health. We can look at the health. It will show you any warnings that appear, CPU usage, memory usage, storage usage, the IOPS, how much provisioned storage we have, some of the actual live usage statistics. Then we can also look at the config itself. If we had an offline update, we could just upload the offline update to us and basically deploy it. That's a way that we can actually upgrade EVO Rail. The tasks associated with it, it shows you that the VM has been created. Something that's very, very unique is to VSPEX Blue is something called the VSPEX Blue Manager. VSPEX Blue Manager will actually show you the actual marketplace available for VSPEX Blue. And these products are EMC products that can integrate with EVO Rail. Part of VSPEX Blue is Recover Point. You basically will get 15 licenses for free of Recover Point. Something called Cloud Array. Cloud Array is a product that allows you to replicate to a public cloud. And then VDPA for backups. We can also look at the physical interface through the VSPEX Blue Manager. We can click on this, click on the appliance. We can select any hardware component. We can look at the actual serial number of the drive. What we can do is if we actually need to replace something, we can click on this. It will actually show you the system status. And if someone needs to do maintenance and you happen not to be in the data center, you could let the person perform maintenance and it will actually show you live basically what can take place, what this can actually be used for. So let's go back and look at the VM that we actually deployed. My new VM's being powered up right now. That's how easy it is to use EVO Rail. Thank you for joining us today.